Welcome back to another episode of How They Died. Today, we are examining the notorious Prohibition gangster, Al Capone. Al Capone, a Chicago mobster, has always stood out from the crowd. Capone rose from a street thug to the FBI's public enemy number one in just a decade. However, Al Capone stood out even more from his contemporaries due to the bizarre manner in which he passed away. Capone contracted syphilis while working as a bouncer at a bordello and a low-ranking gangster. The ailing mobster was brought to Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore for his paresis, which is an inflammation of the brain brought on by the later stages of syphilis. The ailing mobster was brought to Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore for his paresis. But Johns Hopkins Hospital wouldn't take him in, so Capone went to Union Memorial for treatment. In 1942, the retired gangster was one of the first patients to receive penicillin treatment, but it was too late. Capone had begun experiencing epileptic-like seizures and regular hallucinations. Even though Capone went to the Dade County Medical Society on a regular basis, his health was getting worse. He didn't know that the FBI had sources set up in the facility to watch him while he was sick. The memo stated that one agent described a session as Capone babbling gibberish with a slight Italian accent. He is now quite overweight. He is obviously safeguarded from the rest of the world by May. Dr. Kenneth Phillips, the primary physician, later admitted, Mrs. Capone has not been well. When she took on his case, she was put under a tremendous amount of physical and nervous stress. Al Capone spent the final days of his life walking around the property mostly in pajamas, searching for his long-lost treasure and having delusional conversations with friends who had passed away. His family frequently went along with him. Because he had developed a childlike glee for dentine gum, he was overjoyed whenever he went to the drugstore. Capone then had the mentality of a 12-year-old child, the FBI file stated in 1946. He suffered a stroke on January 21, 1947. At 5 a.m., Capone's wife called Dr. Phillips, who noted that Capone's limbs were spastic, his face drawn, pupils dilated, and eyes and jaws were set, and that his convulsions occurred every 3 to 5 minutes.